FM.
Oh gosh, it's me again.
New England's #1 urban Caribbean music. Radio. Spark FM.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Everybody should do that in the morning when they first wake up. Just stretch and make noise. Yes. Get it all out. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I see you guys are starting to slowly trickle in. If you are tuned in right now, go ahead and give it a little share. Let people know what you're about to tune into. Yes, good morning. I see you guys. I see you. Good morning. And good Janet. Janet always mixes me up when I see Angie's name because I automatically want to say good morning to Angie. Angie is my homie. How are the children, Jan? How are they doing? How is everybody doing? Rockstone Triz, Hot Sauce. Miss Tony is on her way in. She had a little appointmento that she had to attend. But she is back. She is going to be back very soon. Right in time to give you guys the national and the world news. While we are waiting for you guys to come on in, I'm going to go ahead and give it up a little share too, just to let you guys know what is going on. Here's how you do it. If you are tuned in from anywhere and you're like, how do these people be watching online? You can go right onto our Facebook page and type in Spark FM online. It will pop up. Scroll down just a tad, little bit. The hell is that? Oh, scroll down just a tad little bit. You'll see the video where it says that we are live on the air. You press that share button. You type in something like we are live on the air. Tune in. And then you press share now. It will share to all of your friends and family. If you really want to be annoying, go ahead and do @everybody. I wouldn't suggest that for anything else except for this morning show, so just do that. Good morning, Mike Nice, on the check-in. Good morning, Jess. How you doing? Dee, I feel like we haven't seen you in a while. Have we seen Dee in a while?
Here and there, she be in and out.
Oh, I feel like we haven't seen. Janet said she changed it. These children be trying lately. Ange just turned 9 on Saturday the 16th. Happy birthday, Angie. Happy birthday to her. Big 9 is a big deal. Next year, we're in the double digits, and that's excited. Today is also one of our good friend, Beverly, who's usually on the check-in, so we'll wait for her to check in so we can sing her a nice little birthday shindig, because today is her birthday. Hopefully, she's in the kitchen.
What's the season?
This is spring.
The
astrology?
Mm-hmm.
Pisces.
What do you call it? The zodiac sign.
This is Pisces season.
Pisces.
Pisces. Yes, this is the Pisces.
We have to fish them.
Fish them. Not in that way if you're a West Indian. Not that type of fish, but you know.
That must suck to be called.
Good morning, DJ Live. Turn up. How you doing, honey?
Turn up, dog.
Turn up. Family. Oh, somebody got a ticket. 311 complaint. That's funny. Oh, that's funny. People be calling 311 for almost everything, but I like it. Yes, like I said, Tony is at a quick appointment. She'll be trickling in anytime soon. So we will get this show started. Tristan, how you doing today? How was your evening? What'd you do?
I'm good. I did nothing spectacular. A little just vernacular, more smacular. That's it. That's it. I chilled.
Yesterday, I attended 2 networking events. I attended the Woman of Power event at Northeastern. Okay. It was a nice little networking event for Women's History Month.
Women for Power?
Women of Power.
Women of Power.
Yeah, so they had some nice speakers on there, a nice little lunch. Got there a little late, so wasn't able to experience that full thing, but it was very nice to be able to network with people, just kind of get our name out there. And then last night, my friend Adjua from Groove, She invited me to a Fenway thing that they were having. It was the Red Sox and MasterCard had teamed up to do a little presentation. Boy, I tell you, they had some good food there, boy, I tell you.
Dope. I spoke to her yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah, we're having a meeting soon.
Oh, good.
She's going on vacation soon.
I want to go. Good food and an open bar.
Larry's stupid.
What did he say?
That is bad. He said Trish Vex, all these DJs have his name.
Yeah. So what?
But
how
I'm
many?
the only Rockstone.
How many have you counted so far?
So the problem for me is that I keep getting people hitting me up like, yo, you about to be DJing here? And I'm like, why is everybody thinking I'm DJing in these random places? And I'm like, nah, I wouldn't be DJ. But they're like, there's a DJ Tris. There's a DJ Triz. Then there's like 4 DJs named Tristan.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen that. I've seen quite a few as well.
So it's like, yo, it was good.
Well, you're trendsetter.
One Rockstone.
One Rockstone.
Yes.
And you're just Triz on the other side.
That's right.
Yes. So good morning. We are going to start this show because we got a lot to cover today. A lot of Boston news have been trending. Not sure if any of you guys were able to attend the White Stadium meeting that they had yesterday, but we'll tell you guys all about that in our report of the local news. With that said, let's get us officially started. Spark FM, Saucy and Friends in the morning.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Call Spark FM at 617-272-3387. The all-new Spark FM. Spark FM. Log on to sparkfmonline.com. What is this, Doctor?
This is.
Well, Spark of New England, Spark FM. Bringing the heat back to the airwaves. Turn us up.
All right, let's take a look.
Cause I'm on wipe me down, 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 wipe me, wipe me, wipe me, wipe me, wipe me. This Lil Boozy? Lil Boozy. This is what put him on the map, huh?
With this and INDEPEDE. I don't know.
You know what that means? She got her own car. She got her own house. Big son. That's my song right there, boy. I tell you, that's my song. I love me some Lil Boosie. The rapper Lil Boosie, not the political artwork.
Boosie's a crazy man.
But he is. So let's get into the news. So today is Wednesday. Today is March 30th. We are approximately 9:24 in the a.m. And it's going to be p.m. showers today, morning flurries. So that's true. This morning, there was some flurries.
I know. The first official day of spring.
I looked around and I said, Jesus, is that you? Because why would it be snowing? It was like I had to stop and look, like really concentrate, like this is really snowing. And I think Larry Jordan said that yesterday. I think he said it's first day of spring, but it's supposed to snow tomorrow. And I thought he was lying. So morning flurries giving way to occasional rain showers in the late. High around 55 degrees today. Winds in the southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain is about 40%. So I'm not sure exactly when we're supposed to get that rain, but we are supposed to get some rain today. With that said, also, let's get into it. So yesterday, quick update. Yesterday, there was a Franklin Park Coalition meeting to discuss what is going to go on or what is going to be happening with Franklin Park and that whole Playstead White Stadium situation. So let's see. It was a survey. It was not really a forum where you can give your opinion. The people in the comment section were going a little crazy, and they're saying that they don't want it and blah blah blah. But they definitely had, I guess, the surveys. They were telling us about basically what they have decided to do based on the reports that they have gotten. Franklin Park Coalition conducted a community survey to learn more about park users' attitudes regarding the city of Boston's proposal to redevelop White Stadium in collaboration with Boston Unity Soccer partners, investors in a professional women's soccer team. Let me see how to read this report. Some key findings. More than 700 park users responded to the survey between February 20th and March 8th. Nearly all reside in the neighborhoods surrounding the Franklin Park. Here's what they learned. They learned there is a substantial support for this project. 32% of responders are all for it. 24% cautiously support it. The project, 25% cautiously support the project. 25% have some concern, and just 20% are against it. Support for the project was remarkably consistent across neighborhoods. Many park users are excited about the stadium renovation and the potential for upgraded and well-maintained facilities, public bathrooms, and improvement to the adjacent Playstead Overlook and Groove. Respondents also cited the benefits to BPS students, job creations, enthusiasm for women soccer. Other respondents feared that stadium events would harm the quietude of the park, compete with existing park uses, and make it difficult to access the park. Support for the project could be much greater if concerns of park users are addressed, including current project size and integration with the park and action plan, impacts on other park uses and existing community events, ensuring community access to the stadium, traffic, and parking. The survey results, including hundreds of thoughtful written responses, demonstrate the deep love that community members have for Franklin Park as an urban oasis and gathering space. Park users want to ensure that the stadium does not infringe on their existing experience of the park. If concerns are addressed, we believe there is an exciting path forward for a renovated white stadium. And that's pretty much it.
Everybody is so divided.
Yeah, they are. 32% doesn't seem like a lot to me.
Yeah.
You know, that seems very interesting. They have it. Yeah. So are you generally for or against the project? Again, all for it. Only 31% of the people that were surveyed are completely for this, for it. There's 24% that are cautiously supportive. They are 25% that have a lot of concerns or some concerns, and 20% are extremely against it. Which, again, if you look at the numbers, 31% and 20%, 31% being all for it and 20% being totally against it is not too far of a number percentage in between. So I don't know.
24% cautiously.
Where are you? Where are you here? Are you
I'm
all for it?
I'm for it.
Let's get everybody in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys generally for or against the project? You can just put for or against and let me know.
The reasons I'm for it is because we haven't seen, I mean, to my knowledge, we haven't seen another proposal for that place. And that place is my 37 years of existence. I've been in that place maybe like 6-7 times, and it's always been for Kitty's Carnival. And that was about it. We didn't know about nothing else that happened inside of White Stadium.
You're right.
So if it's going to activate the space finally, and it's going to give the breathe space and the life, and also the kids are going to have access to it, I don't see the problem.
I think that's what the fear sometimes is that they say that we'll still have access to it and things will go on as normal. And then when it happens, it's the big okie doke. Nah, you can't use it. You can't be on the grass. This time, can we be on the grass? Can we have events there? Will it still be able to be rented out? Will it be able to be utilized and programmed better? Like, those are the questions that I want to know. I wasn't able to listen completely to it, but they are still having more meetings, and we will make sure that we tell you guys about them as they approach. Developers unwrap plans for new apartment condos in Nubian Square. A trio of developers have filed plans with the BPDA to build 2 buildings with 111 apartments and 21 condos on Malcolm X Boulevard on Guild Street in Roxbury. Where's that? Is that that's over there? But where's Guild Street that they'd be building it on? The plans by SV and Partners, Trax Development, and Case Capital call for a 6-story apartment building to front Malcolm X and a 4-story condo building with its main entrance around the corner of Dudley Street. The buildings will sit on the same parcel as the former Roxbury Boys Club, now converted into offices, which would remain as is. Let's see. Pull it. Oh, that's nice. Where the hell is that gonna go? Where is that?
Oh, that's over there at the bottom of
RCC?
Yeah, I think so. Let me see if I can find that place.
The project will create significant new publicly accessible open space, including a public plaza adjacent to the ground floor, retail community area at the entry of the site that will feature community art, landscaping, seating adjacent to an existing MBTA bus stop. The plans call for chopping down 18 trees on the site, but also planting 71 new trees. The developers say that they hope to begin the first phase of construction in 2025.
Yeah, this is where I thought it was going to be.
So it's going to be here?
Let me show the people. Maybe this.
Oh, right over there by where the old police station was? Is that the police station now? Huh. I don't know.
Unless it's this right here.
But something's coming somewhere down Dudley. And y'all got to be prepared for it. I want y'all to go start filling out all these surveys and stuff like that. These surveys and lotteries and stuff to get some of these apartments. Because the only people that should be moving in there is natives of Roxbury that first serve. It should be first serve Roxbury natives as of now. And then the rest can apply. That's what I want to happen. I was going to say that just like Blue Hill. By the Shelbourne. Okay. So yeah, those are two developments that are coming very soon. And a quick update. So former police commissioner to lead safety off. Okay, let me see what we got here. I hate when they don't have it. School officials say that they also plan to... So, former police commissioner to lead safety audit of Brockton schools. Okay, good. Something is happening and looks like it. Tristan is going to pull up this video once it gets there. School officials say that they also plan to create a safety director position for the district, as well as double the number of security personnel at Brockton High School. How about double the number of goddamn teachers so that children can learn while they go to the Brockton High School? That would be a first place. Get the security down and then get some teachers. And here's the clip coming from Mary Saladada.
Officials and Brockton police tell us that fights here at the high school are now trending down. These new security measures aim to eliminate them.
Intend to hire director of security.
Superintendent Dr. James Cobbs assuring the school committee and the community that more security is coming to Brockton High School.
We plan to double the number of security personnel at the high school. Currently we have 12. That number will go up to 24 personnel between now and next school year.
Principal Kevin McCaskill says there are already more boots on the ground and it's helping.
Monitoring hallways, obviously with the restrooms, moving students from one spot to the other, hopefully into the classrooms. But again, just really making sure that we have a presence, that it's very visible, that adults are present in some of the hot spots within the building.
The district also confirming tonight that former Boston Police Commissioner Ed Davis is heading up a state-funded safety audit in Brockton, and a new safety director will be hired to coordinate district-wide.
Some of the stuff we can't speak publicly before those get rolled out.
In recent weeks, student fights have resulted in injured staffers and calls for the National Guard. Tonight, some parents told us they're encouraged by the planned changes. Katie Sanford says she has faith in Principal McCaskill.
They listen and they respect him, and he knows their names, he knows their activities, and he really cares about them, and they can tell.
This student says things have calmed down.
We have a lot of great programs like the drama program, the band, the chorus. I feel like there's a lot of focus on the negative when we have so much good.
Okay. That security audit by Ed Davis's company is due by June 30th, and more steps could be put into place for security based on those findings. We're live at Brockton High School tonight.
I like what that little girl just said, though. She was like, they focus so much on the negative that we never hear any positive coming from that. I didn't know that they still had programming. I thought the children was just running amok in the school, just wild, naked, and free, and just running around like animals. I didn't know that they still had a little drama club and all kind of things. Okay, Brockton, we're gonna have to go down there and investigate one of these days, Tristan.
Spark investigation.
Yeah, Spark investigates. Right. We go down there, survey some of the students, find out what they feeling and what they saying, because they probably just need our little support. That's what they need. They need to know that people is out there vying for their attention.
Kids.
Spark love the kids. The suspect faces charges in the shooting of a Boston police officer in Boston. So this is a quick update. What's today? This was as of yesterday, 2:20 p.m. So a man was charged Tuesday in the shooting of Boston police officer who suffered non-life-threatening injuries when he responded to a domestic incident in Dorchester. Boston Police Commissioner Michael Cox said that shortly before 9:35 p.m. Monday, the Boston Police Department received a 911 call about a person armed with a gun near the intersection of Esmond Street and Bradshaw Streets. Police officers who responded to the scene arrested 31-year-old Avery Lewis of Dorchester and recovered a gun at the scene. During Lewis' arraignment Tuesday, prosecutors said officers were called to the scene by a woman who said Lewis, the father of her child, was outside with a gun. Golly, y'all got to pick them better. Here's Mike Todd Kajijian was going to tell us a little bit.
This morning after a very close call on this street last night. Boston police tell us the injured officer was hit by a bullet to the chest, caught by his bulletproof vest. The shooting happened shortly after 9:30 last night here on Esmond Street in Dorchester. The officer was rushed to BMC with non-life-threatening injuries. We'll hear first from Commissioner Cox and then from a neighbor.
He's not been on the job very long. He's less than 2 years, about 2 years. But he's doing well, and that's the important thing. He followed his training, and he, another heroic officer, showing restraint and doing everything we can to protect the public.
I was surprised because this is a really quiet street. I've been here for about 3 years. I've never encountered any type of, I've never even heard of a domestic violence situation. We hardly have an ambulance come down the street.
What street is that?
So again, the breaking news, just to repeat, is that the officer is out of the hospital and is expected to be okay.
Have you ever had a gun pointed at you?
WCVB News Center.
Really?
Yep, I have.
How'd you feel?
The night of my birthday.
Did you?
I had a gun pointed at me the night of my birthday.
Why?
Because I told somebody they couldn't come in my basement.
They pulled a gun out of you?
They just pulled a gun out of me.
Jesus Christ.
Absolutely.
What do you do at that point? I would have just immediately started
really,
pooping
bro?
on myself.
Like, yo, you gonna pull a gun out on me? I'm like, bro, my basement's full, bro. There's too much people in my basement. That's it.
And then you want me to let you in? Wow. That's crazy.
I haven't seen that guy since.
As you shouldn't. You should have called 311 on his ass because that's crazy. I couldn't imagine that. He got shot in the chest.
But I like that would have been me when the white people come up to me. No, this is nice area. I ain't never seen nothing.
We don't even have an ambulance.
We got bunnies and stuff walking down
squirrels.
The squirrels. Mind your business.
Glitter, all kind of stuff over here. This is
good area.
It's a wonderful neighborhood. I love it. It's safe.
Lovely.
What you talking about? Shooting? What? Never. Third arrest made in the deadly shooting of the high school student. So this story has rocked the city a lot because it was crazy. So a third arrest has been made for the 18-year-old young man that died. Massachusetts authorities say a third person has been arrested in connection with the Fall River shooting that left a high school student dead. Jaden Ortiz, 19, of Fall River, was taken into custody on Tuesday afternoon in Fall River and is being charged with accessory to murder after the fact in connection with Tuesday's fatal shooting of Coleus Jamal Millgood, the Bristol County District Attorney said. Millsgood, 18, also of Fall River, was found suffering from gunshot wounds shortly after 11:40 in the a.m. Thursday on Rock Street near a historic church building. Millsgood was transported to Lake Luke's Hospital in New Bedford, where he later died of his injuries. In a statement, the Fall River Public Schools District said Millsgood was a student of the RLM Resiliency Preparatory Academy. And let's go to the clip because these are the two men that have been accused of killing that poor boy.
The Fall River shooting that left a high school student dead. 19-year-old Jaden Ortiz was arrested today, charged with accessory to murder after the fact. 19-year-olds Zavarian Figueroa Valcaral and 18-year-old Giovanni Nunez were arrested and arraigned on the similar charges. Prosecutors say 3 people drove up last Thursday as Coleus Jamal Millsgood walked to school and shot him 3 times. Ortiz will be arraigned tomorrow.
What the hell do you think was the goddamn issue? What happened?
I don't know.
Why you walk up to this boy and shoot him 3 times?
I want to know why these young kids is throwing away their lives.
During Monday's arraignment, prosecutors said Figueroa, Varcarel, Nunez, and another person drove up to Millsgood as he was walking to school and shot him 3 times. One of the backseat passengers ran toward Mr. Millsgood and fired 5 shots from point-blank range from a .45 caliber firearm. Mr. Millsgood was struck 3 times. The Bristol County District Office said Figueroa, Valcarral, and Nunez remains held on $250,000 cash bail. There is no motive as of right now, but I would really love to know what the hell the boy did to warrant an execution-style death. You shot at him 5 times and hit him 3. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm glad that they got all the suspects involved so far, and we'll continue to update you guys on those cases. Our Ames store really coming back. I didn't even realize that Ames store wasn't here. Ames wasn't here anymore in the first place. Where did the Ames go?
What is the Ames?
And you know, it's one of them stores that you go in and buy things at.
What's an Ames? I know, I remember the Ames, but I don't know what an Ames is.
I think it's like one of those variety stores. More than 2 decades after disappearing from shopping centers, they've been gone now. I feel like I just saw Ames.
How long they been gone?
For 2 decades. Massachusetts and several other states, Ames stores may be working on a comeback, but the announcement is proving hard to verify. The chain closed all 327 of its stores in 2002, leaving 22,000 employees without jobs. Ames, which was once headquartered in Connecticut, announced on its website that it plans to begin operating new locations in 2026 with the goal of opening 35 new locations by late 2027. Well, they got a 5-year goal, because golly, that's a long time away. The company is also planning 7 distribution centers. More new stores could follow in 2028. So what is it? All 35 planned locations will feature a cafe, the announcement said. No other details were provided in the company's website, and limited other information is available. What did they sell at Ames?
I was going to say, so what? Compare it with something. Somebody
Bradley's?
said James Way. No, I don't remember a James Way.
What is a James Way?
Bradley's.
Bradley's. What is Ames? Let me look. Ames.
Like
stores.
Woolsworth? It's like
yeah, like a Woolsworth, kind of like I would assume. So Ames, not now. What they got shopping at?
It's like
Ames
a Walmart.
stores?
Okay. It's like a Walmart.
Okay, yeah, a variety store. You can go in there and get all of it. All of the things. Really?
Snyder said I brought my Daewoo college storm TV from the. What happened? Didn't they make cars? What happened to Daewoo?
Oh, see, this is like Walmart. If they bring in the cafe, it's like Woolsworth. Because Woolsworth did have a cafe. I remember that. Because there was a Woolsworth in Honduras, right? Was there Woolsworth?
Oh, I think there was.
Yeah, and you could go in there and get all kind of little sandwiches and sit at a little cafe bar.
There was a Woolsworth on Dudley Street.
Yeah. They need to bring back Woolsworth. Zayres turned into Ames. Really? Zayres. Larry, what you know about some Zayres? That's before your time, young blood. Boy, I tell you. Ames. I don't know why they are coming back now. Ames is like, I want a piece of the pie.
Them to come back. All right.
They wanted to come back. They got a new plan. God damn it. Another report of a late night lurker rattles Boston neighborhood. What he be doing? Showing his body? Police in Boston Brighton neighborhood are investigating after a report of a suspicious man lurking outside the home of female college students. Police say they received a report about an unknown man with a flashlight outside of a home on Beechcroft Street in Oak Square at about 3 a.m. on Sunday. What you doing with this flashlight? Sir, what are you doing with the flashlight? Why are you pointing it in my room? Sir, get out of that tree, please. I was in my kitchen and I saw someone outside, kind of in the bushes. Isabel, a Boston student at Boston College who lives in the home with roommates. She said the man looked right over at her, into my eyes, and then instead of running away or anything, he just stares there and then like creeps away really slowly.
Oak Square neighborhood in Brighton, but on Sunday she was shaken when she found a man lurking around her house at 3 o'clock in the morning.
And he looks right at me into my eyes, and then instead of running away or anything, he just stays there and then creeps away really, really slowly. So that's when I called the police.
When police arrived, the man was gone, but clues that he had been looking through several windows were there.
We went over and they had found a chair propped up where the windows were too high. So it was clear he had been looking in our living room. So it just feels obviously really icky and violating to know someone was watching us.
A similar Peeping Tom situation happened just 3 minutes up the road last month. Boston police releasing this video of a man snooping around a home where 8 Boston college students live.
I looked at the pictures of the other man and they're both just were wearing hoodies and kind of stocky men, and I honestly couldn't tell from the picture, but it could be the same guy.
Police have not said if the 2 instances are related. Regardless, Hasselback and her landlord are taking precautions.
I'm here the next day, double checking all the locks, looking around for anything.
I think we're just going to make sure all of our windows are reinforced and not sleeping with them open anymore, and then we're going to talk to our landlord about a Ring camera.
Police are urging residents to lock their windows and doors, consider installing security devices, and to report any suspicious behavior. We're live in Brighton. Danae Bucci, WCVB News Center.
Yeah, y'all gotta start investing in curtains. Everybody just be having their windows on naked, letting people walk around. You in there in your nice house, walking around naked, having a good time, doing a little dance, putting on your panties, all kind of stuff. And then you, got this man climbing on the chair, speaking, looking into your window, all looking at your booty and stuff like that. Y'all got to take more precaution. Everybody should have a Ring camera on their house at this point in life. Because even if it's not to protect you, it might be to protect somebody else, and you don't want to be snitched. Hey, just turn it over to the police.
Not even the Ring cameras work that well because, man, my neighbor showed me something yesterday, right? He has a friend that had an incident at his house, and he had a device that cloaked him.
What the hell does that mean?
And his friend.
What's cloaked?
Meaning they went, you couldn't see them really in the camera.
Really?
They had a device. He showed me the video. When they came up to the video, when they came up where the camera was, the dude hit the thing, and then his face and everything started to
Really?
And then the other dude,
he's an organized criminal.
Peep. There was another dude that was walking, and we didn't even peep. We had to look at the ground, and you just saw his steps. You just saw black feet, and then you couldn't really see the rest of it. So
you could get one of those on. What is that called? A cloak?
It's I don't know. It's some kind of camera interference device.
Camera.
But I would suggest you hardwire your cameras. Find some hardwire cameras because the Wi-Fi cameras can get interrupted.
Ooh, I'm looking at. Oh, yeah, I seen that on Enough once. Remember in Enough with what's the dancing lady who's married to Ben Affleck? Jilly from the block. J-Lo. J-Lo in Enough. Remember she had, when she was about to go fight her husband real good and she was about to go kill him, not on purpose, she was about to defend herself from the domestic violence experience that she was dealing with at that time. And when she got into the house, she cloaked his phone so that he couldn't get no signal out or something. He did it or somebody did it, but there's a device that stops them from doing it. And they're on Amazon. They're kind of expensive too. You can get a good one for $239, and that's fun. Security camera jammers. Why would you want to get a security camera jammer? You got to be a real criminal.
Yeah, for criminals.
But what would be the case of getting a jammer in general?
You could break into people's houses and say.
So it's for criminals.
It's for criminals.
That's terrible, and they sell them so willy nilly all on Amazon. You get it next day delivered. Go kill somebody. That's wild. They said the dudes that broke into Rihanna's house jammed her cameras too. Yeah, exactly, Larry. Why don't white people like curtains? Curtains is nice. You West Indians change your curtains every season and all kind of stuff. Iron them and put them up and take a day to put them up. All kind of things. That's very terrible. Very terrible. I'm afraid. Another report. South Boston counselor. Ooh. See, y'all always think that things are only related to y'all, and they're not. South Boston counselor says it might be time to move the parade somewhere else rather than letting drunken out of town hellraisers destroy the neighborhood every March. Not hellraiser.
Drunken out of town hellraisers.
City councilor and son of South Boston Ed Flynn writes, unless the city and police can figure out a way to keep out of town hellions from wreaking havoc and to make them treat South Boston with respect, he thinks it could be time to move the St. Patrick's Day parade somewhere else. We must make major changes and implement a zero tolerance for public drinking. Any form of violence, fighting, and destruction of property and other quality of life issues. If we are not able to meet basic standards of decency and respect the South Boston neighborhood, the parade should be moved out of South Boston indefinitely. With almost 1 million visitors to South Boston for the parade, we can't sustain anything goes attitude in the neighborhood. This is a neighborhood, and many of the spectators that come to the parade do not treat residents of South Boston with respect. Drop the gavel. Ed Flynn has spoken. He said no more. He the same one that said that he didn't want the Boston Carnival to come back either because that's too violent as well. Ed Flynn does not like parades. And that's all I gotta say. He do not want y'all. Exactly. Move it to
Downtown
City Hall.
Is dying, man. Bring the white people.
You know
back
how
down
much
there.
you know how much good that would do for the nice downtown revitalization
Absolutely.
situation to have. And there's clocked in at over 1 million people that came in that attended this parade. It's the biggest one in this kind of city. People come all the way from Dublin and Ireland, Ireland, and all kind of things. What are the comments saying? What are the people saying in there? Make Tom call to the Grand Marshal. What an idiot. It's the best day of the year, and I live on the route, and I have small children. The damage done is peanuts to the enjoyment of the parade every March, and the fact remains that this is a long-standing tradition that should never be moved from South Boston. What an idiot. Can't wait for all these old-timers to sell off their properties and move out of here already. That person was mad. You're an idiot, and should report it to the DCF if you believe there's no harm in your kids watching these clowns break every law. Oh, this is a response to that one. Break every law in the books. And I really do believe in the parade route, and my neighbors agree with the counselor. It's not the parade, it's the bullish about around the parade. Another comment said, I guess you haven't had to deal with the expense of property damage from people who come in from out of town and make the neighborhood their toilet. This year was out of control. 20-somethings that were stopped by the police would just plain ignore them. I saw at least 2 fights break out on my block. The streets looked like the apocalypse had hit afterwards, and the city only takes responsibility for the damage done to the streets, sidewalk, not to one's property or private property. There were no repercussions as the police department was so overwhelmed that there was no possible way to stop the people. I felt bad for people who brought their kids, and a parade should be a family-friendly event. Oh boy. So it looks like the neighbors is mad about it.
And then, of course, you get the thanks, Mayor Wu. I mean, obviously, she's to blame here.
Aren't we as a society past all this? I don't know. They say the same thing about Boston Carnival. About, people, when you mix alcohol in public parades, I believe that is a little bit of, a combination that you will have to deal with in a way. You have some people that are very for it and some people that are absolutely anti it. I'm not sure. What do you guys feel? From this side of town, you nice black and brown folks that occupy this side of town, you guys hear about the St. Patty's Day parade. Are you interested in going? Do you think that it's too crazy and too wild? Do you compare it to any other parade? Like, what do you guys think about the St. Patty's Day parade? And have you again? Didi says, do not care. It don't affect me. It don't affect me in no type of way.
If it was downtown, I would go. But because it's in South Boston, I do not go.
Why? You feel South Boston's racist?
I'm all right. I don't want to be
Larry sounds like the typical hockey game night. Those hockey games be crazy. And since when Irish people as Jesus, Pastor Troy, my God. Yes, Schneider, save Boston Carnival. We still on that. What we got?
I don't know
where it is. Oh, it's all the way in the corner. It's right there. We still saving Boston Carnival. But yeah, I don't go to the St. Patty's Day parade because I do feel like it's too many people, and I do feel like it's a little wild. I've never been at all. Have you ever been?
No.
Not even in that direction? You see all the people walking from every direction of the city and, I don't know. But Ed Flynn says no more.
But we had our nice Black Saints Patty Day party.
We did, and that's where people, and it was safe.
It was nice.
Safe and nice. And I believe that that's the way that we should continue to move in that direction. With that said, people, we're going to go to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with the national and world news. Keep it locked right here. We'll see you guys in a couple of seconds.
The only thing that does matter is great music, and you will find it here.
The all-new Spark FM.
The war on drugs has harmed millions of people and disproportionately subjected Black and brown communities to criminalization and incarceration, disrupting access to resources, education, and support. To learn more about Massachusetts policies and programming ensuring the legal cannabis industry is equitable and positively impacts communities harmed by marijuana prohibition and enforcement, visit masscannabiscontrol.com/equity.
Finally Home is a must-read, step-by-step guide that will equip any first-time homebuyer with the knowledge they need to confidently make informed decisions. This book provides answers in simple and clear terms to most, if not all, of the questions you may have about credit, home ownership, and generational wealth. Finally Home equips the reader with the confidence to be engaged with the home buying process without feeling vulnerable or exploited. Tailor-made Real Estate Easy is not just a catchy hashtag. It is real estate agent and radio personality Taylor Andre's goal. Goal to simplify the most challenging processes you will go through as an adult. A goal to educate you properly on credit and teach you the strategies to finding the home of your dream. It is not just a good book or an easy read. It is the secret to a seamless home buying experience.
Want to give your baby a head start? Get the best protection against flu and COVID-19. Because their immune system isn't fully developed at birth, babies need additional protection. When you get vaccinated while pregnant, it can keep you and your baby from getting sick. As they get older, this can result in more time in school and daycare for them, and more productive time at work for you. Vaccines are safe and effective for children as they grow. No matter where you are on your pregnancy journey, flu and COVID vaccines can boost your and your baby's natural defenses and protect your family. Stay up to date with your vaccines. Stay healthy. Talk with your trusted healthcare provider today. Brought to you by the Boston Public Health.
The all-new Spark FM. Spark FM.
Come on.
Spark FM.
Y'all, chicken man be ballin'. These chicks pigeon toed. Some of them be crawling.
Spark FM.
Oh gosh, it's me again.
New England's #1 urban Caribbean music. Radio. Spark FM.
No doubt.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Anxiety. Anxiety. They take away all of my entire day. Entire day.
Oh my.
I
don't think entire day.
I don't think Patrice Robert.
Take away your entire day.
Take away my entire day. Look who's back in the building, Miss Tony. Isn't Miss Tony in the house?
Tony in the house.
Miss Tony in the house.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? How
How the show been without me?
It's been all right. We talked about a lot of different things. We talked about Franklin Park.
Yes.
We talked about Nubian Square. We talked about Ed Flynn wanting to move the St. Patty's Day parade somewhere else.
So where he gonna move it to? Roxbury?
You're right. You're right. We don't want that type of excitement here.
You gonna move it to Blue Hill Avenue?
Roxbury is a calm place, okay? It is a very nice evening place that I like to be at.
What was his proposal to move it to where?
He just said out of South Boston. Get it out of here because they don't respect the people of South Boston.
That's where the majority of the people who won't go to it are. Ain't it? Am I missing something?
But it is time for our national and world news. So as Tony gets acclimated back into her situation,
here I go.
We are going to get started. Saucy and Friends in the Morning. Miss Tony, Rockstone Triz, Hot Sizzling and Sauce is a national news. Miss Tony, what you got wrong?
Here we go. What you call it? Kate Middleton.
We found her.
We found her, but now her medical records are almost breached by hospital staff.
HIPAA. Fire do they got HIPAA down in Great Britain?
They might not. They should, though. Somebody at the hospital where Kate Middleton was being treated earlier this year allegedly tried to sneak a peek at her medical records, but got caught. This is per a new report. The Mirror dropped this bombshell on Tuesday, claiming they've been told at least one staffer at the London clinic had attempted to access Kate's personal file, presumably to see what was actually wrong with her. But the outlet says they were intercepted in the act. There's not so much detail in terms of how exactly this unfolded or what happened to the worker who allegedly did this, not to mention who saw them and put a stop to it. In any case, the Mirror says an internal investigation has been launched at the London clinic, and they claim top brass at the hospital contacted Kensington Palace once they became alerted to the attempted security breach and promised they'd get to the bottom of it. Do y'all care?
No.
Do you want to know what's?
Yes.
What do you want?
I still don't know who she is.
Me either.
I don't know how.
It's hard. It's hard to care because why would you? You know, like I don't know how to say it. Like, what is it? What does she? How does she?
How?
Why would she be infiltrating my mind? Like, I've never been sitting down randomly, you know, just resting and relaxing and be like, damn, I wonder where Kate Middleton is. You know? Have you ever said that, Tristan? Have you ever done
it? No, because, and then that was the thing. So when all of this Kate Middleton, your face is looking very nice.
I washed it.
Oh, very nice. You should do that more often.
I'm glad you washed it.
I got a new face wash with exfoliants in it.
Look at that.
I've been washing it.
My son's hands have been peeling, and his feet are peeling.
Flesh-eating disease.
Right. So I'm like, last night he took a shower, he came out, he's peeled up. So I've been, like Vaselining down his hands. So I'm like, babe, have you been using soap to bathe with? And he's like, no. You've got fungus because you're not clean. What are you doing?
A trick that I had to use would get him a loofah.
Yeah.
And I make him squeeze the thing in there.
Yeah.
And then I say, make yourself look like a snowman. That's how, get all of that, squeeze it and make it all white. Like your body should be completely white with soap at one point.
Okay.
That's how you know that you whatever. It's kind of fun too because then they get into, I got to make myself look like a snowman. You really got to find tips and tricks to work with these children because they nasty. I tell you, CK go into the shower, whole body is snowman, face dry as hell. How did your face not get wet in the shower, bro?
Exactly.
How?
Yeah.
How did you miss? It's dry, it's bone dry and ashy in the shower.
I don't know. It's just so weird. Little boys, and then you gotta be like, because he's a boy. You know what I mean? But anyhow, no, I don't know. Anyhow, that's Kate Middleton. Steve Wynn threatens legal action over a new film project.
Who the hell is he?
Steve Wynn, Virgin Atlantic. Steve Wynn, Wynn Casinos, all of that.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
Being honest, he looks awful. He looks like one of those tigers that belongs to
the man.
Regis and
what's
the name of them people?
Cisco and Ebert.
Wow.
Cisco and Ebert. Regis and Kelly?
Remember, he was accused of SA. He was accused of SA.
Oh, Siegfried and Roy.
Siegfried and Roy.
Yeah.
Oh, he was accused of SA as
that's
well.
That's why they couldn't call the Encore Casino the Wynn Casino anymore.
Yeah, yep, you're right. Steve Wynn isn't hedging any bets when it comes to a just-announced film project about his life, as he hits producers with a stern message about their potential portrayal of him.
He looks like he has a grain filter on.
Yeah, like is it a screen filter? Anyhow, so they want to make a video movie about his life. He doesn't want them to do it. I don't know why this is in the national news.
I'm not sure why. Yeah.
Why?
His attorneys apparently sent a letter to the people telling them that they need to stop making the movie. I guess he doesn't want that whole SA thing coming out about that. And that's just, really, really weird. What else is going on in the news? A 3-year-old was behind the wheel of a truck that fatally struck a 2-year-old girl at a gas station. And Elon Musk defends routine ketamine usage.
Can you go back to that? You can't just skip it.
Oh, I thought you told me to skip it. I thought that's what that
I'm trying
thing
to
was
figure
that you
out
showed
how
me.
the hell and why the hell would a 3-year-old be behind the damn wheel of a car that would strike a 2-year-old at a gas station?
Yeah.
Tell me how.
Girl, I don't know. These headlines be headliney, and I don't understand what it is. So a 3-year-old in Woodcliff, California was behind the wheel of a truck that fatally struck a 2-year-old at a California gas station on Saturday. According to a news release from the Woodland Police Department, the 3-year-old was left alone inside the truck at a gas station and store in Woodland at about 3:46 on Saturday. Police said the truck was left running while its owner went inside the store, and the toddler managed to get out of their car seat and climbed into the driver's seat.
What kind of car seat it had? A one-strap buckle?
No, what was it? The one that we used to have that was just a metal chair that you sit in the front seat? What is that? The truck began moving forward and struck the 2-year-old who was near her parents' taco stand in the lot by the gas station.
She dead?
Yeah, the child was taken to the area hospital where she died from her injuries.
Oh, no.
She was identified by her parents as Ailani Sanchez Martinez. Sanchez and the girl's mother, Rosa Martinez, told the television station that the girl was a month shy of her 3rd birthday.
Jesus.
She was always happy. She loved to dance, and she brought joy to the family. Everyone involved has cooperated with the investigation, and arrest has not been made. We are working to ensure a thorough investigation is completed. Why hasn't an arrest been made in the parent leaving the child in the car? The only reason why I'm asking that, because as a parent, I understand sometimes you have to leave your child in the car. But a friend of mine left his 7-year-old in the car and ran into CVS and came out, was arrested, and is on probation for that. So this child, 3-year-old, was left in this car, ran over another child, and there's no arrest has been made.
Let's go to the story.
Yeah, because
was killed at a gas station off West Street in Woodland.
Yo le pido a Dios que me dé muchas fuerzas.
Her father, Sandro Sanchez Rosa, says he's asking God for strength as he tries to process the death of his only daughter. Sandro and his family were setting up their taco truck at a gas station when another driver parked his truck and left it running by a gas pump as he went inside the store, leaving a 3-year-old child in that vehicle. Today, Woodland investigators determined that the 3-year-old was behind the wheel during the crash.
While they were inside, a 3-year-old child that was in a car safety seat in the back of the vehicle got out of their safety seat somehow, and then the vehicle started moving and rolled into the location that it collided with the toddler.
As of now, no charges have been filed. An unfair move, says Sandro, as he sits with photos and belongings of Lailani. He doesn't believe that leaving a car running with a minor inside should be deemed an accident. As he asks for justice, law professor Michael Vitiello tells KCRA that tragedies like these tend to be contentious.
That's a freakish accident. We don't put people in prison for freakish accidents. Yes, there's real harm, but that's what the tort system does. It compensates innocent victims. Putting someone in prison does not help the family who has lost a child.
And as a community tries to make sense of the accident,
just a little split second of disregard could cost the life of a young kid.
Many are coming together to support the grieving family. Today, another food truck owner is donating all their earnings to help the family during this tragedy.
That is
any money or any kind of financial thing right now is probably not the best solution, but at least it's a little help towards the funeral.
In Woodland, Marisela de la Cruz, KCRA 3 News.
Marisela de la Cruz. That is awful.
That's an awful story.
Yeah.
That is a freak accident too, because that's an awful story. A 3-year-old that hit and killed a baby 2-year-old.
Yeah.
In a car.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
I like the little Spanish guy said. I don't believe that. I believe that the parent has to be held responsible for this. In this case, this is a baby who definitely. Why does the child know how to put the car in drive?
Yeah, like how does that happen?
And press. If you just put the car in drive, it'll start moving. You don't have to press the gas.
No. Wait. I don't know. I'm gonna try it after here because I don't. Maybe I don't know. That's a horrible situation.
It really is. What else do we have here in the news? Dad arrested after police say he called 18 or 19 times in under an hour to complain about his son's homework.
Boy, sound like you.
Yeah.
Call police next time.
I will call. I'm going to 311. I'm going to send in a 311 report because seriously, an Ohio dad was arrested after repeatedly calling a school and then the police to complain about the child's homework. Detective Sergeant Adam Price of the Oxford Police Department tells Today that Adam Sizemore called the police approximately 18 or 19 times in less than an hour. It was disruptive. This is a K-5 school, so there is not an abnormal amount of homework. Sizemore told the news in a voicemail that most of the accusations aren't true. I'm a single dad of a boy and a girl. I'm just trying to do the best I can, and that's all I can do. Sizemore says people make mistakes. According to police report sent in on February 29th, Adam Sizemore repeatedly called Kramer Elementary School in Oxford because his son gets homework, which takes away from the time he has with him after school.
You wrote it?
Sizemore was trying to reach Principal Jason Mertz, who was unavailable, according to the police report. After Sizemore was transferred to Mertz's voicemail, the report says he started calling the school repeatedly. During these conversations, Sizemore cursed at the secretaries while making demands of them. According to the police report, a school's resource officer spoke to Sizemore several times on the phone, instructing him to stop calling. The officer said that he noted that Sizemore's speech was slurred, asked Sizemore if he was intoxicated, and Sizemore clarified that he was high. The officer wrote in the police report, Sizemore continued to curse at me and call me names such as B. He also told me he was going to make sure I lost my job. I explained to Sizemore if he called again, I would file a telecommunication harassment charge on him. I ended up hanging up on him. Sizemore called right back with the same behavior he was warned about. 2 officers paid him a visit at his home, but he did not answer. When one officer returned to school, Sizemore was still calling. The report stated that Sizemore eventually spoke to Mertz, stating he did not want his son to have homework and started cursing at him. Mertz ended the call. On March 1st, Sizemore resumed calling.
That sounds more like a drunk than was it high off of cocaine?
Cocaine?
No, that sounds like more of a bad song. Okay.
He started calling again. He said, I hope that you put on your big boy britches on today and have a conversation like a big boy. Like a big boy. He said he was concerned that Sizemore would come to the school that day. Sizemore placed approximately 18 or 19 more calls to the Oxford police. This is Adam Sizemore, a man identified by police, said. You got a bit of an ass chewing problem. Ass chewing coming because of your employees, the ones I pay for. So if you could call me back. The father continued calling police in an attempt to reach the chief and was transferred to the chief's voicemail. In body cam footage sent in, he is placed under arrest at his home. They say that Sizemore was charged with 2 counts of telecommunication harassment, a first-degree misdemeanor, and 1 count of menacing, a fourth-degree misdemeanor. According to Price, if Sizemore is found guilty, he faces a maximum $1,000 fine and up to 6 months in prison for a count of telecommunications. And for the menacing charge, he faces a $250 fine and 30 days in prison.
They should just fine him. Sizemore, stop calling here.
They should disconnect his phone.
Do not call here no more. You call here one more time and put you in jail for 1 day.
What? You got him in jail?
Yeah. And just keep on putting him in jail for 1 day because he ain't really causing no harm. He's just being an asshole. And I get it. Sometimes when you don't want to do homework. You said you did 3 hours of homework the other night. That's not right.
Well, from now on, I'm going to call you.
This got baby.
Yes, call me 19 times.
I'm gonna call you. Interest.
Let's
You
hear.
ain't coming because of your employees. You know, the ones I pay for.
A father's desire, he said, to spend more time with his child landed him in jail.
Yeah, police
Poor
tell us
thing.
that what you just heard is Adam Sizemore leaving a message for the Oxford police chief.
So he was arrested after police say he repeatedly called the school complaining about the amount
they
of
have to call
homework
here,
that his
though.
son was being assigned.
Ken Brown tells us how those complaints eventually escalated.
The school principal.
In
In the audio recordings from the
dispatch, I think it was 18.
I want to talk.
He calls dispatch, I think it was 18 times roughly.
I want to talk to the chief. I need to talk to the chief. Call the chief, and you get the chief on the line. Page the chief.
In the audio recordings from the police department, you can hear Sizemore become audibly frustrated that dispatchers aren't telling him their name and that he keeps getting the chief of police's voicemail and they can't speak with him directly.
Leave a voicemail if he doesn't answer.
I'm being very nice.
Well, then come to the police department and we'll call the chief in and you can talk to him in person. But I'm
No.
not calling him on the phone.
No. House. I pay for him. He can come to my house.
After repeated calls, Sizemore did not get the chance to speak with the chief, but he did get to speak with officers.
White privilege.
I said, put the chief on the phone.
White privilege.
I pay for him to be there. I want him to come to my house.
Come to my house. Tell him come on down.
I get it, Sizemore. Sometimes you got to be tough on crime.
Exactly, and he right. You pay for him.
For him.
Shoot. Anyhow, a teen weighing 70 pounds turned up at a hospital badly injured, and 4 family members are charged. This is in Zering, Iowa.
Where the frig?
Where's
Where the frig? First of all, where's Iowa?
That's what I thought you was gonna ask. Where is Iowa? Is it in the middle?
That's where they got the potatoes.
One of those middles.
No, that's Idaho.
Yes, you are.
I think Iowa's next to Idaho.
What makes you think that? It's next to it in the alphabet, yes. Where is it? I don't know.
Iowa.
4 members of a
People
rural...
live in Iowa?
Girl. It sounds like it's desolate land. It sounds like nobody should live there.
Sounds like Utah.
What's the city in Iowa?
Yeah,
That's what he
Iowa's
just
next to
said.
Idaho.
What's the capital of Iowa?
Des Moines.
Oh.
I know Des Moines.
I knew that. Because I don't want us to be sounding
What's the
dumb on this
capital
radio
of
station.
Idaho?
Potato. Potato.
Jackass.
It's next to Illinois.
Illinois.
Underneath Minnesota, in between Minnesota and Missouri. Yes.
Where's Michigan? Because that's where I went to school.
If you don't know where you went to school, then that's just really bad. 4 members.
Next to Lake Minnetonka.
It's not.
It's probably Lake Michigan.
It's just Lake Michigan. Goodbye.
But I want to say Minnetonka.
I'm not going to stay here. 4 members of a rural Iowa family are accused of abducting and abusing an 18-year-old relative who had been handcuffed to a bed and beaten so badly that he had brain bleeding and multiple broken ribs, and who was also so malnourished that he weighed 70 pounds when he showed up at a hospital earlier this year.
I have such an such an issue with abuse because, like, unprovoked.
Yeah.
How the hell do you just beat somebody that is just sitting?
Just not doing anything.
Why are you beating them? Why are
They're
you
charged.
doing that?
I don't know. A 44-year-old man, 42-year-old man, a 20-year-old man, and a 16-year-old girl, all from Zering, Iowa, were charged Monday with first-degree kidnapping and willful injury. They placed a preliminary court hearing on March 29th. Court records show that a judge issued an order preventing them from having contact with the alleged victim. The teen girl is charged as an adult, but her name is not being released because of her age. A supervisor for the public defender's office for Story County said the defense attorney will be assigned. The house sits at the end. It's a trailer house. A dog barked from the inside and no one answered when a reporter knocked on the door.
They probably abused the damn dog too.
Oh my gosh, it's tragic. It is our whole area in shock, and rightfully so. It's not a common thing for one human being to treat another being this way, let alone a family member.
Yeah.
Sadly, the victim in this case endured months of abuse and being restrained and what most of us considered our safe place, our home.
Imagine the amount of people that are probably being abused right now in their home and nobody will ever know. You know, like that always bothers. Like, how are you wicked? How are you wicked soul?
But why would they do this? I don't understand why they would do this.
Wickedness.
The teenager told the investigators he was physically abused by two of the men. He said he would be handcuffed to the bed during the night and often during the day, and no one would help him. Police say an Amazon.com order under Daniel Graham's account showed the purchase and delivery of handcuffs, shackles, and a handcuff key.
What? Why do you get? How come those? I know that you should be able to do whatever you want, and the government shouldn't be monitoring things. However, when you see purchases like that in combination, handcuffs, shackles, rope, tape, things like that. Why is not flagged? Like, hey, just letting you know. Like, you know, sometimes it'll be like, hey, letting you know that this kind of looks crazy. Yeah. So, you know, we just want to put you a warning that this looks crazy just in case you gotta say something.
An officer at the school wrote that a guidance counselor said the teenager was doing his schooling online, but apparently sought to attend classes in person. The counselor provided police with an email from October 19th in which the teenager asked the guidance counselor to email my mom and ask if I could come to school for classes, adding, "Don't say it was my idea, please and thank you." A week later, the teenager wrote to the counselor again, stating, "They won't have me go unless it was required. Can you require me to go to school?" That's so sad.
Please make me come say some help. And did they do anything about it? Is that how they found him?
No. So Gary Graham is apparently the boy's father. I don't know what this is. That's just...
I just feel like certain things should be flagged. If you're getting emails from a student who doesn't go to school saying that you need to require me to come into school, I would just require you to come into school to find out why I need you to be required to come to school. What's going on here? And I feel like as teachers, as mandated reporters, those are things that you should probably just investigate a little bit more. Like, do a little bit of due diligence.
Right. This is wild and crazy things. A Victorville pastor hired hitmen to kill a man dating his daughter.
Sometimes you got to do that, you know?
I don't know why I got to read these kind of stories. Everything is so crazy. First of all, be careful out here in these Boston streets. This morning, just going the 15 minutes from my house to the Faulkner Hospital, I encountered so much crazy driving. I had to curse at so many people this morning, and I was like, what the F is actually happening? What is wrong with you people? What is wrong with people?
People are cooked.
And I'm like, ugh, I can't take it. Anyhow, this pastor, months after a man survived a barrage of gunfire while driving through Riverside, investigators arrested two men in an alleged murder for hire plot, including a pastor who authorities say put a hit on the man.
I know we do this every time one of these stories come up. Again, where the hell do you go to find a hit for a murder for hire? Or it's like murderforhire.com. Like, why are you doing that?
Right. But a barrage of gunfire. You wanted to kill the man, a barrage of gunfire? You wanted to kill him for dating you didn't want to just shoot him?
No.
One time?
You don't want to just lock her in the house in handcuffs and shackles, if that's the case. Like, why you gotta kill him?
The pastor, identified Tuesday as Samuel Pasilis, 47, is accused of paying almost $40,000.
He could have gave that to me and I would have seduced him or something like that. I would have got him off of her, boy. He would have been on me. $40,000, boy, I tell you.
Killed. Investigators have provided information about the boyfriend to the men he paid, including the man's location on the October night he was shot. The hitmen, who police say included 55-year-old Juan Manuel Cabreros, conducted surveillance on the boyfriend for weeks before the shooting. The victim, who has not been identified, was shot several times on October 21st when a vehicle pulled up beside his vehicle and a gunman opened fire. The victim drove himself to the hospital after being shot several times and has since been released. He's still recovering from gunshot wounds. Pasilas is a pastor at a small Spanish-speaking church, Centro Internacional de Oración, in Victorville, where he also lives. He was arrested last week on suspicion of solicitation of murder, conspiracy to commit murder, attempted murder, and assault with a deadly weapon. He has pleaded not guilty. The Times was unable to reach anyone for a comment. Pasilas remains in jail on $1 million bail.
As he should.
Along with Saberos of Long Beach, who has been booked on suspicion of conspiracy to murder. A third man linked to the case has not yet been arrested, but court records show it wasn't immediately clear how many people were linked to the shooting, and Railsback said the investigation is continuing. $40,000
to kill somebody.
And
then you still didn't kill him.
Still didn't kill him.
And now I'm in jail.
And now you in jail.
And now my daughter's probably going to be by his bedside and...
Two takeaways. Bullets don't kill people anymore.
No, they don't.
And people just got $40,000
to hire somebody to kill a boy who's dating their girl, because he's only 47.
Yeah.
So we would assume even if he was a teen dad, that child is old enough to make decisions that she's going to make regardless.
Yes.
So that's crazy.
Yeah. And then this last one, last WTF, because all of them have been. Kids are sniffing this pantry staple to get high right under their parents' nose. What do you think it is that the kids are sniffing?
Tell me, because I couldn't figure that. Oh, Father Jesus, give me Lord.
What do you think it is, Tris?
What?
What is the kids sniffing? What pantry staple? Flour.
I see here.
Is it flour?
I see here.
No. Sugar? No. They are sniffing pumpkin spice. How dare they put a bad name on pumpkin spice?
Why are children so idle?
TikTok.
Like, why did you figure? Who figured out on TikTok that it would make me high?
Yeah.
To sniff pumpkin spice.
Yeah. A Georgia mom whipped up a fragrant frenzy on social media this week after warning parents in a now viral video that their teens have found a peculiar new way to get high by sniffing nutmeg. The woman, who goes by the name Lakeview Living on TikTok, ignited the controversy after speaking with a teacher who related that the issues that schools in their area are experiencing with the everyday baking ingredient. Today, I was talking to one of my teacher friends, and she was like, "Girl, trying to stay one step ahead of these kids is exhausting," the mom recalled in a post that has spice racked up to 500,000 views in just days. I know it sucks. The woman who is a youth leader commiserated. However, she said her friend told her something flipping wild. She said that an area school recently had conducted a backpack check during which teachers found bottles of nutmeg in a couple of students' bags. When the students were asked why they had the eggnog essential in their bags, they told teachers it was because they had culinary class.
And that's a lie, because they don't even have those no more, mother.
She said when a fellow teacher approached the culinary instructor about what they were making with the warming seasonal spice, the teacher replied, "What are you talking about? We're not making anything with nutmeg." Apparently, the school's resource officer overheard the conversations and asked which students had the nutmeg in their bags. He later found the students in their classrooms and confiscated the nutmeg, and the students got suspended. You know why they're all suspended? Because these flippant teenagers had figured out how to use nutmeg to get high. Go ahead.
Yeah, we got the audio from one of the teachers.
Thing with nutmeg. She said, no, I was searching bags this morning, and a couple students had nutmeg in their bags, and they said it was for your class. And the teacher goes, yeah, no, we're not using anything, so I don't know what they're talking about. Well, the resource officer overheard them, and he was like, they had nutmeg in their bag? And she said, yeah. And he was like, you remember which students? She was like, yeah. So she goes and looks up the students. The resource officer goes in the classroom, looks in their backpacks, and finds little jars of nutmeg. They're all suspended. You know why they're all suspended?
Why?
Because these flippin' teenagers have figured out that you can use nutmeg to get high.
You know, I just don't want to.
Is nothing sacred anymore?
Right.
Like, what? I want to know how they even figured this out.
That be the only thing that I ever want to know. Who's sitting there at their mother's table while she was baking a cake and was like, oh, let me sniff some of this and see if it gets me high. then it did get them.
Are they sniffing it? Because it doesn't necessarily say that they're sniffing it. Does it say that they're?
Well, they have to sniff it.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Yeah.
Sniffing.
Because how you got to get it into your brain cell system somehow. I just want the children to be smarter.
Oh, it says nutmeg, which generally is used as a household spice, is sometimes abused for its narcotic and hallucinogenic properties. It's also hazardous and potentially fatal. 1 of 3 seeds or 5 to 30 milligrams of the ground nut are used to attain psychogenic effect. The initial symptoms of taking a large dose includes giddiness, tingling, euphoria, and hallucinations. The hallucinations can include changed perception in time and space, detachment from reality, and a fear of death following delirium and drowsiness. Other side effects include headache, nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, dizziness, chest pain, flushing, tremor, and tachycardia. People have been accidentally overdosing on the popular spice for 400 years. Apparently, students have recently been attempting to huff nutmeg because of a social media trend. A 14-year-old was rushed to the emergency room with severe agitation after ingesting 3 tablespoons of nutmeg for a TikTok nutmeg challenge in which he tried to get high off the drug.
Terrible.
TikTok.
This boy that was
3 tablespoons?
That's a lot. Because that's not teaspoons. That's tablespoons.
That's a big one.
Yeah. Why did he do that much?
An 8-year-old died after eating 2 seeds, and a 55-year-old died from acute nutmeg poisoning.
I'm often confused by stupidity. Spark FM Online caller, you are live on air.
Hey, what you do? Nutmeg for cake?
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't get high in school with nutmeg. Tell me.
You gotta sniff it.
Jail shit. That's crazy.
Bye.
Nutmeg.
But I mean, see, that's where I would think that it maybe happened in jail while somebody is having a little, need to get off a little bit.
What's happened to good old marijuana?
Because marijuana don't get you high enough. Marijuana is not
enough?
And it's not a gateway drug to make you want to do
Tell you
stuff.
what, you eat one of them 25 millimeter cupcakes, you gonna get pretty high
Boy,
and
I tell you,
hallucinate.
boy,
You see what Larry put? You see what Larry said in the comments?
The bums in Barbados take dried cow-ish and nutmeg and knock out in the gully for hours like dudes on what?
What do they do with it?
What did they do with the dried cow crap?
Larry, what do you mean how else? They could put it in their butt. We learned yesterday that you can put stuff inside your butt. That has an effect. What do you mean how else? But yeah, like, what do they do with the dried cow poop? They
mix it together. Dried cow poop and nutmeg. That must be a fancy smell, huh?
Oh, God.
Must be fancy.
Yes.
Ew.
Anyhow,
You're
that's
right.
it. I'm done. I'm all set. I ain't got no more news for y'all.
We're going to go to a quick commercial break again, and we'll be right back. 617-272-3387. Make sure you guys use that number to call us up. We'll be right back. Saucy and Friends in the morning. Jesus.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
What is this, Doctor?
This is
The Spark of New England, Spark FM. Bringing the heat back to the airwaves. Turn us up.
All right, let's take a look.
Did you know that you can now get a standard Massachusetts driver's license regardless of your immigration status? To get help with your application, a list of all required documents, and nearby appointment scheduling, visit mass.gov/WFMA. Your license is your way forward, so why not get started today? Register now at mass.gov/WFMA or call 857-368-WFMA.
Massachusetts Social Equity Program creates pathways into the cannabis industry for those most harmed by the war on drugs. The Cannabis Control Commission offers free education and tools to navigate the legal marketplace, including focused training and support on entrepreneurship, management, entry-level employment, and ancillary vendor support. To apply, Visit masscannabiscontrol.com/equity. That's MASS cannabiscontrol.com/equity.
Did you get a call or message that mentioned Social Security that made you feel threatened or scared? That is not the Social Security Administration. Social Security will not threaten you, press you for personal information, or demand instant payment. Social Security does not accept payments by gift card, prepaid debit card, internet currency, or by mailing cash. Criminals use these forms of payment because they are hard to trace. Don't fall for it. Hang up, ignore them. Report this criminal activity to oig.ssa.gov.
Produced at U.S. Tax.
Spark FM.
I know you nasty. She be touching on her own body.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM.
Said she wanna take me away. Said she wanna take me away. Said she wanna show me the way.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com. Turn us up. Spark FM.
Run around, instant, run it in a rock, meaning on the set.
Yeah,
machine, and the sun run machine, hey, hat. Yes, Saucy and Friends in the Morning, Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. We are here. Good morning. It is time for our entertainment newsica. El Música de Entretenimiento. Crétete. Cardi B was afraid to live her life, lost herself to negative comments. Grammy Award-winning raptress Cardi B, a raptress, I like to be called a raptress, said that she was afraid to live her life after a barrage of negative comments on her social media last year. I just felt like I lost myself with everything she said. A lot of music commenters and everything, and a lot of people just be like, she's afraid to drop an album. Cardi recalled, like last year I barely dropped music. It's just like I was just afraid to do everything, she told Complex 360. It was in 2023 when Cardi B released Bongos with Megan Thee Stallion. Her last album, Invasion of Privacy, dropped in 2018, but her singles such as Up and WAP kept her in the news. I was afraid to go live. I was afraid to post a picture. I was afraid to go to the club, and then the next day seeing people what they were going to say about me and everything. Cardi said, I was just afraid of everything. I mean, Cardi can do no harm. Cardi can do no wrong. But Cardi, she has put herself in a lot of different talkable, like a lot of talkable situations. Her whole Offset, off and on marriage situation. One day she's with him. Now. I don't think they are. But then every time that she broke up with him, then next thing you know, she would be right back with him and then having sex with him on Easter or Thanksgiving or Valentine's Day, one of them things.
And then don't be so loud about it if you gonna get back with him.
That's what it is. I don't like when people do that. If you and your significant other are going through something, keep it on the low. And then when y'all come back, don't come back all hard. Ease us into it. And that's what they did. They would do this big breakup, explosive breaking news. Cardi, Offset broke up, never again to be seen again.
She called him a BN and all kind of things.
And then the next thing you know, they in love, and my man sat down with it. Sit down.
Well, the other day I had to put as my little status, or you could just shut the F up.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Not everybody got to know your business. And if you going to come back from it, you going to take him back. You're going to be with him, do what you got to do. And then also she's been going viral lately because she's saying that women should go 50-50 or some foolishness like that.
What does that mean?
And you know what it mean. It mean that women got to go 50-50 because they be getting the game all effed up from early and yada, 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 and blase. And, women don't like to hear that. And I don't like to hear it either. And shut up with all that. because he's pissing me off.
Why does that the whole 50-50 debate to me just kind of feels like, why does that have to be proclaimed? You know what I mean? If that's what you're gonna do, just do it. Stop proclaiming everything.
Ain't nobody gotta know all of that. You just do what you gotta
come out
do
with everything all the time.
I don't want to hear it.
What else do we have going on in this whole entertainment
like it. Jonathan boy, I tell you, Jonathan Mayhers, you done stepped yourself in a whole heap of dung, and I personally believe that this is a modern day lynching. Jonathan Majors sued by ex-girlfriend Grace Jabari for defamation, assault, and battery. The lawsuit details allegations of physical violence that date back to 2022 and defamation as Majors continues to proclaim his innocence in the earlier criminal case. Fallout from the New York jury's conviction of Jonathan Majors for misdemeanor reckless assault and harassment has erupted in a lawsuit against the actor from ex-girlfriend Grace Jabari, who claims that she alerted Majors' management team of abuse in 2021.
So this is never going to end.
No, because you know what happened. I truly believe that this white woman was obsessed with this man. And I believe that she was let me get into this. Jabari, in a lawsuit filed on Tuesday in New York federal court, brings claims for battery, assault, intentional infliction of emotional distress, malicious prosecution, and defamation, which arises from Majors denying that he abused the professional dancer and movement coach leading up to and after his conviction. She accuses Major of subjecting her to a pattern of pervasive domestic abuse that begun in 2021 and extended through 2023, detailing several instances of alleged physical violence. In a statement, Priya Chaudhry, a lawyer for the actor, said, "This is no surprise. Mr. Majors is preparing counterclaims against Ms. Jabari, thank God." Jabari, who met Majors in 2021 on the set of Ant-Man and the Wasp, claims that the alleged abuse escalated to assault in 2022 when Majors attacked her, causing serious injuries to her body. According to the suit, on September 20th, 2022, after an early, largely verbal fight, Majors pushed Grace so hard that it bruised her backside, picked Grace up in the air and threw her against the hood of her car, and brought Grace back into the house and held his hands around her neck, stating that he wanted to kill her and that he was going to kill her. Majors then started hitting Grace's head against the marble floor while strangling her until she felt she could no longer breathe. Jabari says she later wanted to seek medical treatment for his incident, but alleges she was dissuaded by Majors, who said via text, "They will ask you questions, and I don't think you actually protect us. It would lead to an investigation even if you do lie and they suspect something." The text about the alleged incident came up as part of Major's criminal trial, though any alleged incident preceding it was not discussed. Jurors were instructed to view this and past instances of alleged abuse as background information rather than evidence of propensity to commit a crime. While many of the incidents in the civil suit were alluded by the Jabari as part of the criminal trial, she was largely only able to speak to the alleged emotional abuse surrounding them rather than any claims of physical violence. Oh no.
Yeah, man. Should never got with a girl. This goes to, this should be an example to a lot of people, a lot of black fellas out there in Hollywood dating white folks.
In September 2022, Majors again became upset and began verbally assaulting Grace while chasing her around the home. When he was finally able to corner her on the bed, Majors raised his fist over her as she cowered, protecting her face with her hands. On this occasion, Majors did not physically strike Grace. He obtained control over himself and left the property as Grace locked herself in a bedroom for safety.
So are they going to claim that she had Stockholm Syndrome? Because we definitely saw her chasing him through the streets of Manhattan, chasing.
We definitely saw that man physically tried to put her in the car to protect himself and then take off running down the street.
Several streets
in which she pursued him on all of those several of the streets.
Yes, and why is she suing him? Did she lose the last thing?
No, she won, but she's saying that it's defamation of character for him to deny that he has ever abused her. So she's.
Tears, boy.
That's what I said. Black men have been killed for less. And the fact that he's parading around happy with a black woman
with long shoes on,
after she has tried to sabotage his whatever, and he's still receiving love. I can only imagine how the crazy in her is building up. Yeah. Now, I'm not going to say that none of this happened because I don't know, but I know for a fact that she is the abuser.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah, and mentally abusive.
Mentally abusive.
And manipulative and horrible.
This is a modern day lynching. She is trying to end him. Like, she's already gotten so many of his endorsements, of his movies and all of that thing thrown out of it. And now she's going even further. Like, she is nailing the nail in that coffin. She wants him done. If I can't be with you, no one can. And you also should be in jail, and you should also give me money. All of the things. I want you to do all the things. Poor Emmett Till was dragged from the back of a car because he looked in the direction of a white woman.
Yeah.
Who started crying and telling all the white man that he was out here whistling and doing all kind of stuff to her. Tulsa had got burnt down for the same exact reason, because some white woman wanted to decide that she wanted to be abused because somebody was in the elevator with her at the same time.
Y'all hear this girl here spitting black history.
Boy, let me tell you. Y'all black men better be careful. All of you, black women don't love us the way. Yeah. That ain't true. They gonna get you. And they gonna cry. And when they cry, it's like the Infinity Stone. They come and take all your breath away and your lives and stuff. I tell you, boy. I tell you.
Say the words, girl. You was preaching to the choir.
I got to tell them.
It's not safe. It ain't safe. It ain't safe. It ain't safe no more. It ain't safe.
And I'm sorry that it had to be you, Jonathan Majors. You should have done better. R. Kelly, however, is in the news.
Oh. Therefore, they found him.
Why y'all don't let that man be in jail in peace? Leave him alone at this point. He's nasty. He just want to be singing songs for the prisoners. That's it. R. Kelly's attorney cites frat culture while proposing prison sentence revision. What? R. Kelly is seeking a revision for his 30-year prison sentence, and his attorney has cited frat culture during his appeal. Speaking to appeals court on Monday, March 18th, attorney Jennifer Bonjean reportedly claimed college fraternities could be deemed racketeering organizations under a law used to convict the singer. The law was used when he was found guilty of 3 counts of child pornography and 3 counts of child enticement. According to MSN, Bonjean tried to persuade judges that prosecutors improperly used a racketeering statute written to shut down organized crime to go after R. Kelly in an attempt to reverse his 2021 convictions or win him a new trial. She said it was unfair. Prosecutors charged Kelly with leading a racketeer influence and corrupt organization enterprise from 1994 to 2018. This was not a collection of people who had a purpose to recruit girls for sexual abuse or child pornography, she said. Whether they turned a blind eye, whether some of them suspected that some of the girls were underage, that's a whole different matter. And once we get into the sort of territory where we're going to say that constitutes as a RICO enterprise, well, we have a lot of organizations, we have a lot of frat houses, we have all types of organizations that are now going to become RICO enterprises. What the hell is you guys? What are you guys out here? You want to get R. Kelly off so bad that you're gonna start going after the fraternities and the sororities and things like that?
R. Kelly don't want to just sit down in the court in the
You
jail
still appealing
and be
this?
quiet.
R. Kelly, you was guilty. You're a guilty man. You did it. There's evidence and there's people and there's video and there's all of it.
And what is you talking about fraternity and sorority? You can't even read.
I don't know. It's not him. It's his lawyers trying to get him off. That's his lawyers. Bonjean is trying to pull out everything that she can. The judges reportedly questioned Bonjean and the prosecutor who defended the government's handling of the case. Assistant U.S. Attorney Kayla Bensing stated Kelly's network of aides and employees were part of Kelly's system in place that lured young people into his orbit. In other news related to R. Kelly legal issues, so basically they're saying that he was practically running just the same type of organization that fraternities run, where all of the girls in his house that he made wear the same uniform and poop in buckets and things like that. That's just frat life. So he shouldn't have been convicted of that because he ain't did nothing wrong. Oh. You see what he did there?
It's frat culture.
Yeah. You see what he did there? Free that man. Free that man.
On that grounds.
R. Kelly real boss.
R. Kelly real boss.
I mean, free that man because he didn't do it. He the same thing like a fraternity. Same thing.
He's the exact same thing.
They wear the same outfits together.
Mm-hmm.
They sleep. They be in the house together. They party together. They have sex sometimes with other people and each other.
Oh, it's organized.
It's organized fraternity.
All right. Yeah.
If he just put a real name on it, like R. Kelly Gamma Beta or something like that, then it probably wouldn't have gone down that way.
Well, I mean, since you put it like that, okay.
I probably should defend R. Kelly's case because I know how to do this.
You know what you're saying, girl.
Mm-hmm. I know it.
Yeah.
Meghan Trainor paid for Atlanta newspaper slot to thank T-Pain for Been Like This collab. Who that? Meghan Trainor just released a new song that features T-Pain titled Been Like This, and she's grateful for the collaboration that she paid for a full-page ad in an Atlanta newspaper to thank him. In a video shared to his TikTok account on Monday, an incredulous Payne read the ad out loud in amazement. It said, "This is the craziest thing that anybody has ever done," and let's go to it right here now.
Period. I have a song with Meghan Trainor. It just came out yesterday. And Meghan Trainor took out a full page ad in the Atlanta newspaper to say thank you to me. Look, it's the actual... It's the actual fucking newspaper, bro. This letter of appreciation is for the one and only T-Pain. The first time I heard your music, I knew I had found my favorite artist of all time. Your musicality and lyrics blew my mind. Rhyming Wisconsin with Mansion is expert level songwriting, and it motivated me to no end. Thank you for paving the way for not only me, but an entire generation of music makers. Thank you for changing the game and how songs are made. Thank you for being the kindest, most humble hero. I cannot believe we got to collaborate and create a song together. I'm forever grateful to you for how you and your music have impacted my life. Thank you, T-Pain, for making my dreams come true and making music with me. You've been like this since birth. I love you. Love you to the moon. Meghan Trainor. M-Train!
Dope.
T-Pain sound like a frog.
He
sound like Kermit.
Leave T-Pain alone.
Alicia Keys and Rock Nation to donate $60,000 to Performing Arts School. Y'all could have did a little bit more than that. Alicia Keys and Rock Nation have energized the 7th graders' drive to save the performing arts program at her school. On Monday, TMZ reported that the singer-songwriter teamed up with the multidisciplinary company to donate $60,000 to the Professional Performing Arts School in New York City amid budget cuts that threaten to close their arts program for good. The cause, currently steered by 12-year-old Tennyson Attiglieri, is also quite dear to Keys, as she herself is an alumni of the school. The massive monetary push helps the student tremendously, as she has now exceeded their goal of $102,000, with her GoFundMe already having received over $56,000 and counting. Actor Jeremy Allen White, who is also an alumni of the institution, previously made a donation too, and even shared the link on his Instagram profile. So good for them. That's a really nice thing, huh? I like it.
It's beautiful.
That's
Alicia
beautiful.
Keys, that's good. You know, she's doing good things in her life. I like that. And she looks good, too.
She do look good.
Go, girl.
And last but not least, burglars reportedly hit Paul Pierce's LA home, makes off with $100,000 and some luxury watches. That's terrible. It's
that's a bad hit.
More than $100,000 in cash, luxury
Why he
watches.
had that much cash in his house?
Because you don't want to put it in a little safe,
right?
And
That's
under the mattress.
Where did he have it?
Yeah, it was sitting on the table,
Right.
on the coffee table. That's what he roll his weed in. What do
You
do?
would have to dig hard to find my $100,000
Ooh,
in my house.
Girl, where you got to dig, boy? You have to lift up a floorboard and dive under there and cross.
Lift up the house.
That was probably 2 watches.
No, they
No,
said
and
$100,000
watches.
in cash.
Huh?
$100,000 in cash. And luxury watches.
And watches. I thought it was 100. Oh, okay. I thought it was $100,000.
Oh, and they took the whole safe too.
Oh, sheesh.
Damn. Well,
maybe that's what they did.
Maybe that's how they
Maybe
got it.
the safe had the $100,000, then the
and
luxury
the
watches, and they took the safe as well. Because we can't open it right now. We have to take it home and light some fire to it. The Los Angeles Police Department confirmed to the Times on Tuesday that officers responded to a burglary around 9 a.m. Friday on the Woodland Hills block where Pierce lives. Unknown items were stolen. TMZ first reported that Pierce's house had been burglarized on Friday while the 10-time NBA All-Star was not home. The LAPD declined to comment on whether the incident may be connected to a growing trend of burglary tourism, in which thieves from South America enter the United States for the purpose of committing robberies, typically in wealthy neighborhoods.
Oh, they come on vacation to rob people?
Let's go to that article. Sophisticated burglary tourists fly from South America to rob wealthy homes, the LAPD says. In the desert around Scotland, Arizona on Monday, police officers hunted for a member of an international heist ring suspected of swiping jewels and luxury goods from homes across Los Angeles using helicopters and drones. They eventually found him hiding under a tree. What do you mean?
He went under the tree.
How did he get under there?
He just laid down. Lay down.
The wanted man, it turned out, was a 17-year-old from Chile. Authorities say the teenager and his two adult accomplices later admitted to breaking into multiple homes, part of a growing trend of burglary tourism from South America. The Los Angeles Police Department said the teenage fugitives was first arrested February 29th in Pacific Palisades, along with 3 other Chileans, as they cased homes in the wealthy enclave. How they get here? You just pass by freely over there in LA?
That's what I'm saying. Like, they came on vacation to rob?
I don't think they're on vacation. They're just coming up here to rob.
But how they getting here?
How
they get over here so easy to rob and go back?
So over the weekend, I saw a report that said there has been a big increase in undocumented immigrants coming over through the Canada border.
Wait, hold on. It says, in the case of Chile, authorities suspect some criminals are taking advantage of the tourist visa system, which does not require a background check for travelers. Once in the country, police say they plan heist sprees and fence the loop before dispatching their earnings back home. Oh, LAPD Deputy Chief Alan Hamilton told the Times that South American theft groups are not new to LA, but they have become more active in recent months. Wow. That's so smart.
That is crazy. That's crazy.
Wow.
I was reading this article. Ariana Grande has to pay her ex-husband $1.25 million in their divorce finalization.
She was married?
For 2 years.
To who?
A little boy named Dalton Gomez.
How the hell I be married for 2 years? 2 years. And I gotta give somebody $1.2 million?
$1.25 million.
Ariana Grande didn't sign a friggin' prenuptial agreement prior to getting married?
Nope.
Y'all rich folk that don't be doing prenups because y'all are so in love is silly.
Yeah.
That is silly behavior.
They settled in October, but they had to wait 6 months, and now it's been finalized with her having to pay him $1.25 million. Grande also agreed to give Gomez half of the proceeds from the sale of their Los Angeles home and will pay up to $25,000 towards his attorney fees. Her net worth is $240 million, so she has to make a $1.25
how much?
payment.
$240 million?
She's worth $240 million.
She got to give this man a whole $1 million?
And she has to give him $1.25 million. $1.25 million.
Why though? Did it say why? Because they was married?
They did sign a prenuptial agreement. They had signed one. Grande's, it doesn't say. So what a prenup do? If I still got to pay him.
He got a loophole in it or something like that? Because if I sign a prenuptial agreement, you ain't getting a goddamn one of my monies. Yeah. No, give me my money.
Yep. And who is he? Where did he come from? What did he do? Oh, they have a child together.
They do?
They do. A 1-year-old child. Who shares a 1-year-old? Oh, no. Not with Ariana, no. He has a 1-year-old child with somebody else. But anyhow, so yeah, that's what's going on. It's crazy. But Yep, $1.25 million. The little show last night that I was watching, The Johnson.
Yeah.
There was a divorce that happened in there, and some of the guys were encouraging the guy to get spousal support, and he was like, "That's not a man thing to do."
No,
and I was like, "You're right. That's why he my cousin.
That's why he's my cousin."
Yep, that's not a man thing to do.
Anywho, that is the last. The Sun Times is pretty much synonymous with like the National Enquirer. Just a quick, we talking about Wendy. I don't know if we're talking about Wendy Williams, but I just thought about her. It says that Kevin Hunter has been hit with an eviction notice on his luxury high-rise after he's cut off from his mom's money. I'm not sure how true that is, but we'll continue to follow that story and you guys keep you updated on all stuff happening with Wendy Williams and more.
Wendy. Oh, Wendy.
Today is Wednesday, people. Remember, it's going to rain a little bit later.
Why are you so tired?
Me?
Yes, you.
I walk now. I be up at 6:30. I don't go to bed till 9:30. I got 2 children. It's a lot of work.
Where did you disappear to last night? I was looking for you. Couldn't find you.
We went up. Once we do a walk around with the children, then I walked around the other side to make sure that he got a little poop on. Yeah, man, it's a lot of. I knew it was gonna be a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But anyways, we're doing well. We're 7 days in, so I'm excited about it. And cheers to many more. With that
happy
said,
1 week dog anniversary.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Again, big shout outs to Beverly. Today's her birthday, Miss Beverly.
Her and Corey are a day apart.
2 days. Yeah.
So special.
That is cute. That is cute. Y'all should have an Akabine birthday party in the backyard with food today. Yes. Anyways, people, thank you guys for joining us for another day of Saucy and Friends in the Morning. Bobby Steels is up next for the Bobby Steels Show from 11 to 1. So keep it locked right here. More music, more news, and lots more entertainment. Yep, that one. Bye.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the Morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Let's start with the big question.
The all-new Spark FM.
Massachusetts Social Equity Program creates pathways into the cannabis industry for those